Hey everyone, this video is going to be taking a look at the names of 6 phase changes that you've just gotta learn. These aren't on your reference tables anywhere, so this is a great thing for flashcards or just writing it over and over and over until it's burnt into your memory. But these are the names of the 6 phase changes or changes in state of matter. Whenever we make a change in particle arrangement, moving from a solid to a liquid to a gas or anywhere in between, those changes have specific names, and you're going to need to be able to either pick them out in a multiple choice question or come up with them on your own in a free response scenario. So a lot of these you're familiar with. Some of them have some other terms in chemistry that might sound a little different, but let's put them all in one spot. So just like if you took a solid cube of ice and left it out on the counter, that solid cube of ice is going to absorb some heat, and in that process is going to change from solid to liquid. Our natural name for that is just melting. You may, in chemistry, hear this process melting referred to as fusion. It's not very common at this point in time, but know it in the back of your head. If you're ever asked about fusion, we're talking about the process of melting. Now, if I took that heat that I put in right back out, you can imagine that puddle of liquid water turning back into a solid ice cube, and we are going to call that process freezing. Because a lot of people associate the process of freezing with, say, like a freezer in the kitchen, I try and avoid the term freezing, and I instead use the term solidification. That is to say, becoming a solid, because it's easier for people to envision that taking place at any temperature, right? Not every substance is water. Not every substance freezes or melts at 0 degrees Celsius. So oftentimes I'll refer to this liquid to solid rearrangement of particles as solidification. Moving forward from liquid to gas, if I want to change liquid water into gas water, if I want to change any kind of liquid at all into a gas, I need to boil it. So our phase change name there is going to be boiling. Again, because a lot of people associate the term boiling with high temperatures, I'll often refer to this particular process as vaporization or becoming a vapor, because vapor is just another word for gas. Again, this process is going to take the addition of some heat. So if I suck that heat right back out, I'm going to force these gas particles back together to look like a liquid. The name of that process is the most commonly forgotten of the common phase changes, and that's condensation. You can think you've seen condensation all the time on the outside of a glass. If you've ever had like ice in a glass, you see those drops dripping down the side. That is condensation, water vapor from the air cooling down and condensing into a liquid. The only 2 arrows on this diagram that are currently not labeled are some of the more uncommon phase changes, which of course makes them the target of Regents' multiple choice and free response questions. There are a few substances that can sort of skip over this liquid phase. Their attractions between their particles are such that when heat is added, they jump straight from solid to gas, and the name of that process is sublimation. And again, if I take that heat right back out for those particular substances, they may be able to jump straight from the gas phase and bring their particles much, much closer together, rearrange them. The opposite of sublimation is known as deposition. All of these changes, whether they're moving in the forward direction or moving in the reverse direction, are physical changes. When you're looking at moving from one phase to another, you're not changing the chemical bonds or the identity of the substance. All you're changing is the space between its particles, and that's what defines a physical change. No change in identity, just a change in space, so that, yes, these will have slightly different physical properties, but chemically, they're going to look exactly the same. So learn these 6 phase changes, love them, practice them. Good luck.